Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here. Well, something bizarre and downright creepy is happening with the mainstream media. You see, the biggest news story since Julian Assange's arrest has just arrived, and not one word from any of the mainstream media outlets. No, I had to go over to a news source from Iceland in order to find it. Now, before I get into the report, I want to tell you, please make sure you get to restrictedrepublic.com, especially in light of everything that you're about to find out about journalist Julian Assange, who was arrested for simply speaking the truth. This is one of the main reasons that I created restrictedrepublic.com, to get away from all the madness and censorship and just monitoring on a daily basis. Subscribe to Restricted Republic right now, and I'm going to give you one of our best deals of $5 per month for 2 years using the code FREEDOM. So check it out now before censorship arrives at your door and you're no longer able to do it at restrictedrepublic.com. All right, so what exactly is happening with Julian Assange that the mainstream media is purposefully and creepily ignoring? We'll take a look at the news source here, and this is on stundin.is. It's actually a news report out of Iceland, and it's titled, "Key Witness in Assange's Case Admits to Lies in Indictment." The article goes on to state, a major witness in the United States' Department of Justice case against Julian Assange has admitted to fabricating key accusations in the indictment against the WikiLeaks founder. The witness, who has a documented history with sociopathy and has received several convictions for sexual abuse of minors and wide-ranging financial fraud, made the admission in a newly published interview in Stundin, where he also confessed to having continued his crime spree while working with the Department of Justice and the FBI and receiving a promise of immunity from prosecution. The man in question, Sigurðan Egan Thorsten, was recruited by U.S. authorities to build a case against Assange after misleading them to believe he was previously a close associate of his. In fact, he had volunteered on a limited basis to raise money for WikiLeaks in 2010, but was found to have used that opportunity to embezzle more than $50,000 from the organization. Julian Assange was visiting Thorsten's home country of Iceland around this time due to his work with Icelandic media and members of parliament in preparing the Icelandic Modern Media Initiative, a press freedom project that produced a parliamentary resolution supporting whistleblowers and investigative journalism. The United States is currently seeking Assange's extradition from the United Kingdom in order to try him for espionage relating to the release of leaked classified documents. And if convicted, he could face up to 175 years in prison. So the journalist, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, is now facing up to 175 years prison time here in the United States of America for the crime of sharing real and honest and truthful information to the American people. I can't help but think that really isn't a crime, but I digress. Now his main accuser against him comes forward and says that he made up the accusations on Julian Assange, and the mainstream media says nothing about this. I can't help but think there's something rather bizarre going on, for mainstream media not to report on the #1 journalist story of all time. The fact that Julian Assange's key witness came forward and said, I made it up, isn't important to them. I mean, really? There has to be more to the story, because I thought MSNBC, ABC, CNN, and, all the mainstream media outlets were all about freedom of press. But in this case, it seems that they are turning yet a blind eye. Now, there's only a few people who actually covered the story, one of those being ZeroHedge.com. U.S. case against Julian Assange struck a major blow as key witness admits that he lied. RTNews.com, Snowden declares end of case case against Julian Assange after newspaper reveals lies by key witness and U.S. extradition case. And actually, democracynow.org even talked about it. Attorney U.S. case against Julian Assange falls apart as key witnesses say he lied to get immunity. And blacklistednews.com also covered it. The weird, creepy media blackout on recent Assange revelations. You know, here's the thing. It's not like the mainstream media didn't know about it. In fact, both WikiLeaks and Edward Snowden tweeted about it. Take a look at Edward Snowden tweet that he tweeted and says, "This is the end of the case against Julian Assange," in which he links the article from the Icelandic news. And then we also have WikiLeaks here also linking to the same article there. Breaking: lead witness in U.S. case against Julian Assange admits to fabricating evidence against him in exchange for a deal with the FBI. So there you have it. Just a couple news sources and alternative media sources cover it, but nothing from the mainstream media, even though Snowden tweeted about it, as did WikiLeaks. But you know what's interesting? They also, instead of talking about the most bombshell story, instead, they decided to cover, well, his potential marriage from his incarceration. Take a look here. This is Evening Standard. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange is planning to get married inside top security prison. YahooNews.com. Assange plans to marry partner in prison. Then we have MSN.com. Julian Assange fiance urges Biden administration to drop the charges. There you have it. The bombshell story isn't the fact that his key witness came forward saying he fabricated it. It's the fact that he wanted to get married in prison. I can't help but think that mainstream media is nothing but a big propaganda mouthpiece, especially here in the United States of America. It's getting more obvious by the day that it's not really about the freedom of press, but it's more about money in their pocket. Anyhow, please don't forget to check out my partner at hidewithlisa.com. Look, if you guys don't have a VPN, now is the time to get one, especially in light of all the spying that's happening. As you know, Tucker Carlson put out a report recently that the NSA was spying on him, even reading his text messages. Well, one good thing that we can do to combat some of that is to get a VPN. And right now they have an amazing special of 30% off for life. So check it out at hidewithlisa.com. And this is the best way to hide the things that you look at on the internet from prying eyes. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.